into a burning ring of fire.
Sure.
It went down, 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 and the flames went higher. Are we going live? Yeah.
All right, so you guys heard some sweet sounds of Nick there. My name is Tim. This is the Pro Wrestling Unlimited Podcast here on Wednesday, April 11th.
Hey, man, just heads up. We're going live here in a couple seconds.
I counted you down.
You stopped at like 3.
I said 3, 2.
I'm leaving PWU.
Oh, well. You going to start your own channel?
Oh, dear God, I'm going to hang myself, so I'm going to do. Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Hope you guys are all having very good days.
All right, so as far as tonight goes, as you guys know, this is your opportunity to talk about everything that went down this week. Raw, SmackDown, since we don't take calls in those other ones. Since we don't take calls in the Raw and SmackDown reviews, we take calls now. If you guys do want to talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, preface right now, we are going to talk NXT TV taping spoilers that took place tonight. Wasn't anything major. I do want to touch on a couple different things that took place at the TV tapings. So if you don't want spoilers, I will let you know right before we do talk about those.
You should get a spoilers graphic.
I should, but I don't have one readily available.
I'll say it would take like 2 minutes to open up a blank document in Photoshop and just put spoilers.
It would, but I don't want to risk having too much open at one time and it crash in OBS.
But I do want to say hello to Sean Cook, Ashton Tyler, guest student, fucking KH28, Randy Orton, RKO, Dankops fan. Jesus, how do you come up with these names?
All right, Woken King Slender. Yes. We did hear that Liv Morgan accidentally posted the NXT run sheet, but that's a non-story because she posted it as we got NXT TV taping spoilers. She did take the picture down. I do have a copy of the picture anyways, but yeah, it's a non-issue because it's not like she posted these and the tapings aren't for like another day or two. She posted them and then the taping started, so it didn't really make a difference or matter. That's my opinion on it.
We were gonna. I mean, if you really were gonna find out, you're gonna find out. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
like I know everything that happened at the TV tapings, and that's basically what you want to call it, rundown sheet said.
Yeah. So that happened. I'm just looking at chat here, just looking at everyone that's in here. We got It's a Butte Clark. Is that from something? Is that I feel like that should be a movie quote, but I don't know what it is.
So
Jennifer 101.
You want to just jump into that first topic?
Hold on. Sean Cook asked what my favorite candy is. That's a good question, man.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
See, I'd say those or
Reese's Pieces.
Or fucking Hershey's Cookies and Cream are a game changer too. Those are pretty damn good. I'm a fat kid. I ate a lot of candy growing up.
Anyways, enough of the candy talk. Let's talk pro wrestling. More specifically, what kind of got accidentally leaked last night at midnight Pacific time.
Oh, God. Hey, for those of you that did see the video, Rusev will be taking on The Undertaker in a casket match.
No. It was originally reported as a coffin match.
At the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. And I just want to let it be known that that would not have been posted so early on the channel if it weren't for me. I was the one that texted Tim, and he told me I was crazy, and I go, I'm going to do a little bit of research.
We both we literally at the exact same time, like literally as I texted you the website it came from, which is the WWE Arabic website, you texted it back to me at the exact same time.
I was like, there you go.
Funny. Pretty funny.
So yeah, so that's kind of interesting, and I think that's a kind of a clear direction of where they're going to send Rusev.
Well, what was that tweet? I'm going to pull it up here.
The tweet that Rusev said? Yeah. Bury me softly, brother.
No. The one coming out of, I think it was SmackDown.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like, enough is enough or something?
It's time for a change. Enough is enough. It's time for a change.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly where Rusev is.
Yeah.
Kinder chocolates are disgusting.
So do we think that there's a possible gimmick or character change coming for Rusev?
I'd like to think so. I mean, if they want to send him away for a little bit and have him come back as a heel, kind of like you and I were talking about off camera or off mic, I guess. This is going to be your time to do it.
You think?
And I mentioned. Go ahead.
You think
this will be something after.
You think they repackage him back to the original Rusev with Lana, and he doesn't speak, and she does all the talking for him, and it's just Rusev Karash?
No, I don't say they do that. Just because, Rusev's already kind of established himself as someone that is decent on the mic. The accent kind of adds to his character. Yeah, he's good on the mic, so he doesn't need Lana. I say, keep him with Aiden.
No,
you
have
to keep
you
Aiden.
Put the two back together as not just a cool guy, like Rusev is just a cool guy, but you put him back together as these foreigners that want to destroy all the Americans, like he kind of was when he first came in.
Well, okay, my whole thing with this is I'd like to think they're going to keep Aiden with him.
I would hope, but you never know.
Because then what the heck would... Oh, my God. Because what the heck would Aiden would do after that?
What the heck was Aiden doing before that?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
If it wasn't for the Rusev Day thing getting over, Aiden English would just be another Ty Dillinger on the roster. So he got lucky.
I don't even think he would... I don't think people would. I genuinely don't think people would remember if he was on SmackDown or Raw or NXT. I don't think
he'd
people
be like
remember.
Mike Kanellis. People forget he's even there.
Exactly. I don't even think Lana needs Rusev. I think Lana's doing fine in that women's division on her own. I think she's doing great.
I mean, she's not bad.
She can't really wrestle. She had a good role as Tamina's manager. It's just a shame that it had to be Tamina of all people.
Right.
I mean, screw it. Pair her with the Iconic Duo. Let her be the manager of the duo. Lana doesn't have to talk because the Iconic Duo can talk all fucking day.
No, you don't want a manager that doesn't talk, though. You don't want a manager that doesn't talk. You want a manager that talks for them, and Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, they could talk better than almost half the women on the main roster.
So what role do you see Lana in?
Just another girl on the roster. She's
just a wrestler?
Yeah, I mean, she's just like, I don't want to say the Alicia. She's like the Dana Brooke of SmackDown. She's not really put in any kind of prominent role, but when they need somebody to take the loss, do the job, she's there.
Exactly. So she's definitely going to be used. It's like, hey, we need to make this new girl go over real big. Can you do this? Yeah, sure.
Like Dana Brooke came out and got whipped around by Ronda Rousey one week. That could be Ronda's spot.
But going back to Rusev, like we were talking about, I don't think you repackage him. Well, yes, you're going to repackage him. Maybe drop the whole Rusev Day thing.
Even though they're making bank money off of it.
Yeah, they're making bank. But, I mean, maybe you can turn Rusev Day into something else. You know what I mean? Like, Rusev Day isn't for you. It's for me. This is my day. Like, I don't care about you guys. Every day is Rusev Day for me. You guys are nothing to me. Like, he can use that kind of like when The Rock came out and said, I didn't forget die, Rocky, die. So he could kind of use it as like, you people just liked me because I had a catchphrase. Well, guess what? That catchphrase is my life. You guys are nothing to me. But I think whatever they're planning on doing, the casket match, the coffin match, casket match, whatever you call it, is going to be the setup for that.
Right, and I think, you have him go away for, if that is the case, you have him go away for about 3 to 4 weeks, probably 4 weeks or so. Enough time for people to forget about him. But,
exactly.
You're not going to forget about Rusev, though.
You're not going to forget about Rusev, but what you'll do is you'll be like, man, we haven't chanted Rusev Day in like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden you're going to hear, his theme song, you're going to go, oh, shit. And, of course, when he comes back, he's going to get a very natural babyface reaction.
Right.
Which is fine. You just need to kind of sort that out. But while on the topic of the greatest Royal Rumble, holy shit, is that card fucking stacked.
What did you text me earlier about it? About it in WrestleMania?
So basically, WrestleMania is just a big go-home show for the greatest Royal Rumble ever, and I'm totally fucking fine with it.
So let's rename WrestleMania to Fastlane and rename the greatest Royal Rumble to WrestleMania.
No, you keep it, we'll keep it like greatest Royal Rumble Eve, and then, well, no, Eve would imply next day, wouldn't it?
Day before.
Yeah, it would. Dang.
Here's the other bad thing about that greatest Royal Rumble. It's not going to get good live views on the network because half the people that would watch it here in the United States are going to be at work.
You're telling me that's not going to get good live views? You're telling me Undertaker and Rusev in a casket match, Triple H versus John Cena, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Yes, I understand people are at work, but the fact that I could bring it up to someone, I brought it up to my fucking brother, and he was like, maybe fucking take a day off work to fucking watch that. I can guarantee you're going to see a ton of fucking Twitter posts of like, I skipped school for this. This better be good.
Maybe.
This is why I'm glad I'm
not school. Let's just run it down really fast. So we do know 7 championships on the line. We do know that the SmackDown Live tag titles will be on the line with the Bludgeon Brothers defending against the Usos. We do know.
I can honestly say that's the one match I couldn't give a shit about.
Exactly. We do know that the Universal title will be on the line. Brock Lesnar defending against Roman Reigns in a steel cage match.
Which I believe Roman's going to go over there. Oh, we should make a predictions video for this.
I would hope. We can once we know the full lineup.
Exactly.
We do know that all the other male titles will be on the line. It's going to be The Bar against either Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt or The Revival. I think it's going to be Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt with the Raw Tag Team titles on the line. And then we have John Cena versus Triple H in a singles match. And we have which is interesting, ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. We had it announced as Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, The Miz, Samoa Joe. But now they're only saying in advertising a ladder match for the IC title, not who's going to be in it. So I think because Samoa Joe is already making it known that he wants Roman Reigns next, he may be pulled out of that match. And if they still wanted a four-way, I say throw in Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I just say to be safe and to probably get a good crowd pop too, just throw in Hardy in there. Why not?
Right. And then I want to pull up the exact list of everybody in that Greatest Rumble because they did announce like 15 more names yesterday.
Yeah, they announced a plethora of names.
Right. Let me see if I can find the full list because I know originally they announced 5 names. It was Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Kane, and The Big Show. Well, then yesterday, I have the list right here. Yesterday, they announced Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, which is interesting. Baron Corbin, Big E, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Elias, Chad Gable, Goldust, Apollo, Titus O'Neil, Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, and a Y2J Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another interesting name. So
yeah, that's glad to come back.
This is a one-time thing for everybody asking, "Oh, is this Jericho's big return to the company?" I believe it's just a one-time thing. Just like when he wrestled last year in that random U.S. title triple threat match, it was a one-time thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
this show's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, let's get your reactions on the Greatest Royal Rumble if you want to call into the show at 559-475-8473. Call into the show. Let us know your reactions about the Greatest Rumble ever, what you think about it, what you would hope happens. Who do you think is going to win the Rumble, Tim?
Ooh, I hope it's Daniel Bryan.
It has to be Daniel. It has to be Daniel. Has to be. And I just want to let it be known now that the A's are winning 8-2 over the Dodgers.
Nice. Freaking
Thought I'd let that be
Angels
known.
been killing it. Just got to say that, too. Freaking Ohtani.
Is Jericho in the Rumble? Yes.
Yes.
Jericho is in the Greatest Royal Rumble. Not next year's Royal Rumble, but this year's Greatest Royal Rumble ever. So I see that you got one pulled up.
Once it connects.
Okay.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, guys. So I just want to talk to you about the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Shoot.
I think Nick touched on it just quickly. I don't know if you guys want to give your predictions, but I do agree with him. I think Roman's probably going to win the Universal Championship, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Roman's going to go over on non-American soil just because he's probably super over there. We will make a predictions video once we find out the full card. We'll make it its own video.
Awesome. And just one last question.
Sure.
Do you guys know who the winner of the Rumble's going to get?
They have not said.
My brother had suggested main event SummerSlam.
I thought that too, but is that too far away?
I mean, what's the time span from Rumble to Mania?
Rumble to Mania is 2 months.
Okay, so this is April.
May, June, July.
That's
like
a
4.
While.
Now maybe
like
maybe main event Money in the Bank, since that's now considered one of the major pay-per-views.
Nah, who wants to main event Money in the Bank?
Hey,
tell me right now, someone at home's going, I want to main event Money in the Bank.
I'll main event it if it's for a title shot. I'll main event any pay-per-view if it's for a title shot.
Well, thanks for your comment. I really appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you
no
too.
problem.
So what would you give the winner? What would you give the winner then?
I don't know. All of Saudi Arabia, I guess.
Now, the interesting thing here is I don't know if this is going to be the only time they do something this big in Saudi Arabia, but they do have a deal in place with the government of Saudi Arabia to do events there for the next 10 years, and I believe they're getting paid a pretty penny. So whether this
I'm fine. Go ahead.
I said whether this Greatest Royal Rumble is a one-time thing, a once-a-year thing, or they go back to Saudi Arabia and it's not as big anymore after this. They just wanted one big hurrah. We don't know. We just got to say, hey, we're grateful that we're getting this awesome event coming up.
Yeah, and I was telling Tim this earlier. If it's going to be this big every year, hell yeah, I'd be more than happy to wake up at 9 a.m. on a Friday to watch. I'd love that.
I just feel like if it's going to be this big every year, you maybe push it back a month or two, so it's not so close to Mania. Because now if you look at it and it's like all titles on the line, 50-man Royal Rumble, which I doubt they would do a 50-man Royal Rumble again next year. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but it's just like all these big matches. And it's like, well, what was WrestleMania for then? If you're going to have, especially your WrestleMania main event again on this Greatest Royal Rumble card.
And we got a nifty little $5 from Rachel Buck. I think after Roman wins. I think after Roman Reigns will win and drop it to Samoa Joe on Raw.
No, they're fighting at Backlash.
But someone did have a question here, Tim, and this can kind of lead into our next topic. Goku Black asks, hey, Nick and Tim. He said, my name's first, so you know it's important.
Uh-oh.
Next on the Superstar Shakeup, who are the people you think are going to be switched?
Miz and Miz Taraj.
Yeah, the Superstar Shakeup's next week. Do not move the Miz, please. Keep him on Raw because he needs to.
Miz and Daniel Bryan.
I don't give a fuck. I want the Miz on Raw.
Why?
You can move Daniel Bryan to SmackDown, but
you can't. You can't move Daniel Bryan. He'll be dead in the water.
You think he'd be dead in the water on Raw?
Yes. I think that he would. So? I think he would be no bigger than the IC title picture at best.
Why though?
Because there's too many big stars. He on SmackDown, there's a possibility of him getting pushed as the number 1 or number 2 guy on SmackDown. On Raw, he will never be the number 1 guy or close to it because they don't want him to be better than. They don't want the fans to be chanting him over Roman Reigns if there's any kind of possibility of it with them being on the same show.
I fucking hate that so much. That just bothers me. That just doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean?
What I mean,
like,
think about 2015. Think about 2015. What did they do with Roman Reigns? They had him win that Rumble. Fans didn't get over. They wanted Daniel Bryan to win it, so they go to Fastlane. Daniel Bryan puts over Roman Reigns, then comes out on Raw and says, well, Roman Reigns defeated me. He's the better man. He earned that championship opportunity. He's going to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He's the better man. And kept saying that Roman Reigns was better than him just so the fans would think, oh, well, if Daniel Bryan thinks Roman Reigns is better, then maybe we should think Roman Reigns is better.
Wrestling politics is fucking stupid. Anyway, people that might be moved. Now, let's not include
first, who got called up this week? Because it might tie in.
No one's moving. No one that just got called up.
No, that's not what I'm going to say. I'm just saying who got called up this week. We got Ember Moon on Raw. Mm-hmm. We've got No Way Jose on Raw. We've got the
I understand.
We've got the Authors of Pain on Raw. So now you got to think. Are there any kind of feuds with those guys that are already on Raw that we can go forward with?
Well, I say for one, I mean, a lot of this is coming like from me personally, like what I want to see happen. Like I want to see Balor Club go over to SmackDown.
That'd be nice.
But Finn just seems like a Raw guy
because he's only been on Raw.
Right, but he's just like I mean, The Miz is an absolute Raw guy, and he's been on SmackDown.
But Miz's biggest moments in his career have come on Raw. He was the Raw Money in the Bank holder. He won the championship on Raw, the WWE Championship. He won his first Intercontinental Championship at the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw. So the Miz's biggest career moments have all come on Raw.
Tim, you're proving
there was the draft.
You're proving my point.
Which is
don't move him. The Miz is a Raw guy.
I mean, he says it in the Raw 25th anniversary special.
I like how I made this whole point, and then you went the roundabout way to let everyone know what my point was and how good it was.
Anyways,
yes, he is a Raw guy. So okay, if you're gonna move anyone, let's go ahead and let's think women's division first.
Alexa Bliss.
Can't move Bliss.
Why not?
I was like, can you move her? Because she just moved.
So they buried her on Raw. You bury her, so then people will be like, oh, well, She just got screwed, put her back on SmackDown where she can start over again.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I wouldn't want to move anybody that moved last week, but I mean, we may be getting. What do you do with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? That's the question.
One goes to Raw, one goes to SmackDown.
They can't. Neither can go to SmackDown. They've been fired from SmackDown. WrestleMania was them not getting their jobs back. You can't put them on SmackDown. We got to put Sami Zayn back in NXT.
No, you just do something like a Sami Zayn. You didn't get a shot, but
you think Paige and change it?
Paige says you're one hell of a wrestler. You have one more chance. You have to beat.
I got it. I forget what year this was. Miz got fired from Monday Night Raw. They then do a contract on a pole match in Canada where there was this guy that comes out in a mask, and he was the Canadian Kid. He wins the contract.
Calgary Kid,
that's right. He wins the contract, pulls the mask off. It's the Miz. He's back on Raw because he won a contract. You think El Generico shows up and wins himself a SmackDown Live contract?
They already pulled that in NXT. They already pulled the El Generico style gimmick with Sami Zayn back in NXT.
Did they?
Yeah, it was when Bo Dallas was champion and he had like an open challenge or something, and I guess Sammy was banned from the arena and then came out as El Vagabundo. It wasn't that. That was Elias. But he came back in a mask and then
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he came in a mask.
Early days of NXT.
Yeah, when Bo Dallas was actually good. So, I mean,
one other thing on SmackDown, we got Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. I thought because of what Drew McIntyre said on the Takeover kickoff show, he said that he still wanted his rematch for the NXT title. Yet, spoiler alert, his name didn't come up once. I didn't see anything Drew McIntyre at the tapings tonight. Does he come up next week? He was not used. He's cleared. He said it on Saturday.
I know he's
ready to go. And they've wanted him. They wanted him on the main roster by Rumble, but he was hurt.
Drew McIntyre. Where would he go?
I guess SmackDown, since Raw got 3 call-ups, SmackDown can use another one.
Yeah, I feel like if you just put him on SmackDown, it also seemed like such a big name. Because didn't he start in SmackDown?
He was the chosen one on SmackDown. Vince McMahon personally came out and introduced him on SmackDown his first night. And then he won the Intercontinental Championship pretty quickly.
Yeah. God, can you believe that also Ezekiel Jackson was a fucking goddamn...
Oh, Lord. ECW champion.
Yeah, don't remind me, man. But yeah, I say, Drew on SmackDown. Why not?
Do we get any other call-ups next week? That's the other thing. And then we can go into the whole who moves. Because first we got to figure out, okay, so you got these people from... Huh?
Almost up to.
Well, Almost was kind of used tonight. I only saw him in one segment, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just it was a deal where it was Candice LeRae versus Selena Vega. Spoiler alert. And he tried to get involved. Johnny Gargano jumped in, put him in the Gargano escape so Candice can win.
Okay, so, all right, how about this? Going to SmackDown, we're going to have Big Cass.
You think he'd move him to SmackDown?
Yeah, move him to SmackDown for now because I feel like on Raw, you don't want Enzo Amore a chance on Raw right now. You know what I mean?
You don't want Enzo Amore a chance on any. And he may, for all we know, he could be coming back as Colin Cassidy.
Exactly. So we're going to get... I think we might get him on SmackDown. Women's wise, we'll get Alicia Fox will move over there, and they'll move Lana to Raw.
No, they won't move Lana to Raw because they'll move people if they're dating, but they'll keep them together if they're married.
You know what? I say going to SmackDown, Dean Ambrose. I think he's going back to SmackDown.
Another guy that just moves back?
Yeah.
Then what the fuck was last year's shakeup for then? If you're just moving everybody back, that's basically saying that last year's shakeup was messed up, and that we shouldn't have moved anybody.
All right, then. And who you got then?
I would have said Seth Rollins if he didn't win that Intercontinental Championship, because I thought that they could use another big name on SmackDown. He would have been perfect over there. Because SmackDown's, I don't want to say the little man's show, but you don't really have like the bigger guys on SmackDown. It's more of the indie type guys on SmackDown.
I don't want to shake up. I think everyone's.
You don't want
decent.
nobody to move.
I just think everyone's in a fairly good spot right now. You know what I mean?
True.
Like most people have a clear direction. Of course, guys like, Ty Dillinger are gonna have fucking direction. You can move him to SmackDown for all I give a shit.
He is
about.
on SmackDown.
Exactly. That's how much I care about him. But like, I feel like everyone's got a solid story going for them to where you don't really need to move anyone right now.
Here's a question. Last year, they switched the U.S. and the IC title. They moved titles this year? Those would be the only ones those would be the only titles you can really move anyways, though.
I mean, you can move the tag titles because it's after the Greatest Rumble. No,
you move the tag titles, so the tag titles are so now Raw has the SmackDown Tag Team Champions and SmackDown's got the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Can you just fuck off, please?
I think if you
fuck right off.
So I think if you move titles, the only titles that can move, you're not going to move the Universal title because if that's Roman holding it, he's not moving to SmackDown. And the only titles that really make sense on moving then would be either the U.S. or the Intercontinental. And you did that last year. You're not going to move those titles again because then everyone's going to expect it next year.
Which highly won't happen unless they introduce something, which we don't know about.
Huh?
Unless they introduce a new belt.
Nah, I don't see that. There's two. They'd have to do one on each brand. One brand's not going to have more than the other unless it's the cruiserweight title you're talking about, because that's its own thing now anyways.
Exactly. Anyway, who do you guys think is going to get called up, moved up, I don't know, shifted around, shifted down, to shift into second gear and floor it? Am I doing it now?
Remember last year, Jinder got moved. He got shifted into second gear and floored it.
Yeah, he did. You can call into the show at 559-475-8473. That's 559-475-8473. Go ahead and call into the show. Let us know who you think's going to be moved over.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. Hey, Nick.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
I just wanted to give my touch up on the Superstar Shake-Up and who do I think should move and is going to move.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the Usos should move to Raw with Naomi. I think the Revival should move to SmackDown. I think Alexander should move to SmackDown. I think Rusev should move to Raw. I think that Jinder and Rollins should trade.
Okay.
And I also think that Daniel Bryan should become a free agent.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Nah.
They already announced that he's a full-time.
Those do sound very like.
They already announced that Daniel Bryan is full-time on the SmackDown roster. They announced it last night.
That does sound.
Now I do like your prediction of moving the Revival because they're floundering on Raw ever since they got called up and both got hurt. So I think you put the Revival on SmackDown, fresh start. That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for sure.
But, thank you. Thanks
a lot, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good one, man. That was a pretty solid prediction.
I do like saying the Revival because they need a fresh start.
Say yeah.
Kid Smooth 22, I think that Elias will move to SmackDown. Elias is too big of a star to put on SmackDown.
Yeah, way too big of a
Nothing against SmackDown, but like
he's a Raw guy through and through.
I can't imagine anybody but JoJo saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias." Like you're gonna have Greg Hamilton, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias." Like he's just too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't hear anybody but JoJo doing the Elias intro.
Unless what would be funny is if they were like, "All right, Elias is like, I'll move, but JoJo comes with me."
Now, I say that, but I had said before that it's weird that Greg Hamilton's not doing Bayley's. It's Bayley! And, so, I mean, I guess you'd get used to it if it happened.
That's true.
I still can't get over JoJo's, "Ladies and gentlemen, let's please show some respect for Stephanie McMahon." I still can't get over that bullshit.
That's called wanting a fucking raise.
Right.
It's when the class is loud and you shh them really, really hard so the teacher notices and you think that does good for you, but the teacher's like, "Shut the fuck up, kid."
Borat Troll says Becky to Raw.
Yeah, fuck it.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Give her some direction, man.
Teddy25 says Sanity to SmackDown. Do we just... Not after what happened at the
NXT
tapings.
A little bit longer. NXT
Well,
little bit longer.
Well, they have to, because I'm gonna get into TV tapings here in a minute. They're at like the end of the taping, so they're still used in NXT towards the middle of May.
Exactly.
So I don't see
That's
them coming
fine.
up.
They're fine there.
All right, so let's take another call before we talk about the NXT tapings.
Yep.
Tyson #1 fan says Balor, Gallows, Anderson, SmackDown. The Truth Revealed says Finn and Miz. I guess to SmackDown. But caller, you're on the air. What's going on? And the caller hung up.
All right, so before we go into the NXT taping spoilers, I have a question.
Shoot.
Does anyone fucking know if Fortnite is fucking working yet?
Why, has it been down?
Yeah, I guess they went down for like fucking maintenance, and I'm very frustrated. I just wanted to play a game of Fortnite before it went live.
I do know that earlier today, Chris Danker was on live playing Fortnite, so I know they've been on today.
Well, yeah, because I played earlier. I'm gonna check. Hot Doggo Plays Nothing says, Nick, if you could push either the Ascension or Zack Ryder, whom will it be? I'm gonna say the Ascension.
Really?
Yeah, because remember how fucking awesome they were in NXT.
That's okay. Saying that is my one fear for Authors of Pain.
Authors of Pain are gonna be fine. They're just
because listen. When Ascension first came up, they were touted as the most dominant tag team in NXT history. First thing Michael Cole said when Authors of Pain's music hit on Raw, these two guys are the most dominant tag team in NXT history. And they dumped Paul Ellering. They said, Paul, your chapter ended in NXT.
Well, they had to, because I don't think Ellering was going to stick around. I don't think Ellering wanted to travel.
Well,
the dude's fucking old.
He would have stuck around, but I don't think he wanted to be on the road. He was good with his twice or once every couple months in takeovers.
Yeah.
So now they got to cut their own promos. But here's the one good thing about them is they did the backstage promo where they basically fired him. They did their whole half whatever language they speak, half English thing. So that could help get them over as heels.
Half whatever language.
I don't know what language it is. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know what language it is.
I don't blame you. It's the Cole curse. If Cole says you're good, that means you're going to be bad forever. Can I just mention before we get into the spoilers?
Shoot.
How sad I'm going to be when Michael Cole's not an announcer anymore, because I fucking loved him.
You're the only person that's ever said that.
Michael Cole was fine. He's he had his moments of
Michael
just
Cole
fucking $9.99.
Michael Cole was the voice of my childhood. Him and Taz on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Because, growing up, SmackDown was on basic antenna TV. Raw was on cable. Didn't have cable in my bedroom, but I could watch SmackDown every Thursday night. And when I went to bed, I can lay in bed and watch SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I want to say right now, before we start, if anybody doesn't want NXT TV taping spoilers from starting next week through the middle of May, tune out now. If you're listening on podcast, if you're listening later, like not live, look in the description. We will have the timestamps for when the next topic we talk about is if you want to skip the NXT TV taping spoilers.
Indeed.
All right, so what was that?
That was my brother being a fucking retard.
Like somebody just almost pull a hernia?
I don't fucking care. Go ahead and just talk about spoilers.
This isn't a spoiler because it wasn't taped. It was the pre-show dark match. And yeah, Leo Rush was there, and he's got himself a new handler, I guess. Well, not a handler, but he's got himself a new muscle. He's got his own diesel.
He's got himself his own diesel.
Some big old guy that kind of looks like he could hold on. He's a mix between, hold on, I need to see the picture of him again so I could figure this out. He's like a mix between a guy from the Authors of Pain. Oh, that's what it is. He's a mix between an Authors of Pain guy and Brodus Clay by his look.
I don't blame you.
All right, so the NXT tapings, they start off with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae in the ring.
Wait, did you mention the Raiders?
Huh?
Did you mention Raiders?
Well, I'll get to them when there's time.
I thought they were part of the. I thought they were the pre-show.
No, I'm not talking about the Takeover pre-show. I was talking about like the dark match from the tapings was Lio Rush.
Right, but I mean, we could talk about that now.
Did you watch NXT tonight?
Motherfucker, they didn't come up during NXT. It was
on
spoiled.
Tonight's NXT.
It was spoiled during the takeover.
I know that, but what they taped that was taped for tonight's show, dummy.
Hey, you're the boss, man. You're the boss.
What they taped before takeover was on NXT TV tonight. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, then talk about it.
No, go ahead. You take it, man.
I just asked you if you saw it, and you said no.
Oh my God! Go ahead and talk about it.
All right. So for what Nick's talking about is War Machine. War Machine has been repackaged. They are now called the War Raiders.
I wonder if they're gonna get it. Oh my God! I have a T-shirt idea.
Okie dokie. So they're the War Raiders that came out on the pre-show, or not the pre-show, well, kind of the pre-show for TakeOver, where they taped a bunch of stuff for tonight's NXT TV. They basically destroyed, who was it? It was Heavy Machinery and Tino and Riddick.
Yep.
And so they came out. Their names are changed, and they're now officially on NXT television. They did participate. They did take place at the tapings. So the tapings started off, and it was Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae coming out, talking about NXT TakeOver, and that Candice has a match with Zelina Vega.
There you go.
Is this Zelina's first singles match in NXT?
It might be.
At least on TV. I don't know if she's done one on live events, but I know at least on TV it should be. So
I think on TV this is her last. Yeah, I like the name War Raiders. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody that's complaining, you'll get used to it.
You got used to Drake Maverick. You got used to Seth Rollins, Finn Balor.
Exactly.
You'll get used to it. It just sucks to begin with. Yeah, sure. And I'm still gonna call them War Machine until it just clicks in my mind that they're War Raiders. So.
Right. Exactly. So, had a couple matches here. One that I think Nick would probably be interested in. Ricochet and Fabian Eichner.
Oh, boy.
Even though Fightful put his name as Fabian Archer. Anyways, War Machine or War Raiders defeated who I thought was Deuce and Domino, but they're apparently called the Metro Brothers.
Good old Deuce and Domino.
Yep. We then had oh my God, I can't wait to see this match. Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane in a no disqualification match. So Killian basically speared or cross-bodied Lars through a table in the corner. And Lars won with a freak accident on a stack of chairs, like a pile of chairs in the middle of the ring. And Dane was busted from the nose. He was bleeding from the nose.
Yeah, it looks fucked up.
Candice LeRae then defeated Zelina Vega after almost tried to get involved. Johnny got in there, put him in the Gargano escape, and Candice won. Gargano then challenged Aleister Black for the NXT championships. We then had... Huh?
On paper. Whew, I don't know how I could contain myself in that match. You think that match would be a better match than Gargano Almas? I would have to watch it. I don't think you can make that determination.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be up there, but I would need to watch it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, on paper, it sounds like it could be, but...
But that's like saying on paper, at WrestleMania, AJ Shinsuke would be a 6-star match. And it wasn't.
Exactly.
So, someone can have an off day. Anyways, Roderick Strong was then announced as officially one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions because Bobby Fish is still injured.
Mm-hmm.
We then had Adam Cole defending, I think it was a championship match, I believe, defending the North American Championship against Oney Lorcan. Heavy Machinery defeated Tino Sabbatelli and Riddick Moss. Finally broke these guys up, which I think is a bad idea. Sabbatelli ended up leaving Moss to fend off Heavy Machinery in the ring. Heavy Machinery then called out the War Raiders. I don't know exactly if anything happened with that. Kairi Sane defeated somebody, Shazza McKenzie.
Shazam. That's a good name. I'm into it.
Lacey Evans then came to the ring and attacked Kairi Sane. And again, changing up her gimmick. This week, she was back dressed as some sort of military woman instead of the pinup model, whatever, with the big hat. So
maybe
they still don't know what she is.
That's her.
Huh?
She's a time traveler. That's her gimmick. She's a time traveler.
I don't know. TM61.
I like how Derek, but I'll talk about Derek Bocek's comment later. Talk about that towards the end.
Okay. TM61 defeated the Street Profits. Conan Reeves defeated an unannounced wrestler. And then, in something that some people may not be happy about, Bianca Belair defeated Candice LeRae. And there's even a spot. There's a picture on Twitter. Bianca Belair's got Candice up in a fully up-extended military press. Girl's strong.
Yeah, she's fucking strong.
So then Pete Dunne defeated Roderick Strong via disqualification. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch did come down to make the save, which I guess makes me believe that we're not going to get British Strong Style against Undisputed Era, unfortunately. I guess...
Yet.
Mustache Mountain couldn't make it to Florida.
Hold your horses, young man.
Okay.
We will get it soon. I promise.
Ricochet came out and said he wanted a championship match against Black. He was then interrupted by Velveteen Dream, who said, "You need to get to the back of the line." And I think they've been kind of teasing this feud on Twitter recently.
Yeah, that like I said, when I said during the NXT predictions at the NXT recap, they've been teasing a feud. Yeah. Everyone in that ladder match, let's put it this way. During that ladder match, when they did the spot where two people had their own ladder and they were on either side, all the people facing each other were basically the setup feuds.
Kinda, yeah.
Basically, maybe not EC3 and Adam Cole. Probably EC3 and Adam Cole.
We still have another set of tapings before Takeover, so who knows? Maybe that can be the Takeover title match.
Exactly.
Ricochet was out there looking a little weird. He's got them penny loafers on with no socks and a maroon jacket. Kind of. I guess he was supposed to be dressed up, but he was more casually dressed up, I guess.
I love the way he dresses sometimes. He dresses like such a fucking hipster.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. And then speaking about EC3, he defeated Raul Mendoza.
Did you like that video of him going after victory, after victory, after victory, after victory? I was like, where's the fucking payoff here?
Exactly.
I actually watched going, what's the punchline? And then ended and I go, I just got fucked.
It's like that joke, knock knock.
$5 from Hot Doggo Plays Nothing. I found a vid of Vince McMahon drinking off to his favorite picks menu and Lesnar and Reigns. Dude, where'd you find that? Send it to me. I got some stuff to do tonight. Thank you for the $5, dude. I appreciate it.
Anyways, EC3 defeated Raul Mendoza. Dakota Kai defeated Vanessa Bourne. NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler came down, got in Dakota Kai's face, and attacked Vanessa Bourne. We were then supposed to get Johnny Gargano challenging for the NXT Championship when before he can even get off the stage, he was beat down by Tommaso Ciampa. You had something to say about that.
I wish that would have just been it. They should have just stopped. Been like, all right, Tommaso Ciampa. Because where do you go after an unsanctioned match? How do you continue?
Exactly. And it makes me think,
Steel cage?
It makes me think, okay, so they want to do something with Gargano. They want Gargano to be a top guy, but they don't know what they want to do with Ciampa.
The only thing I think of is steel cage.
First ever Hell in a Cell in NXT history.
Oh my God!
Put him in hell.
That's a beautiful setup, actually. That's a really good idea. You give another big marquee match for NXT with the first ever Hell in a Cell. I think that Tim, that might actually be it.
I mean, I was just spitballing, but who knows? Maybe.
Because I don't know what. I mean, you can't just have a match.
No.
It can't just be a match.
I got it. Crutches on a pole match.
No, don't you fucking get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of this.
Candice LeRae on a pole match.
Like that's called illegal.
Judy Bagwell on a pole.
Except she wasn't on a pole. She was on a forklift.
Same thing.
Actually, believe it or not, forklifts and poles, two completely different objects.
I mean, same concept of match.
Okay.
Ish. If It was a Vince Russo idea. Fuck it.
I know it was a very Vince Russo-esque idea, and I can appreciate it.
So earlier in the tapings, we had Heavy Machinery calling out War Raiders. Later in the tapings, War Raiders defeated Heavy Machinery.
War Raiders.
Tommaso Ciampa defeated Cassius Ohno. And Aleister
Fucking
Black.
Nicole. Wow, Tim had a good idea.
Huh?
Because I said you had a good idea, and goes, wow, Tim had a good idea. What?
Hey. Sure. I have good ideas from time to time, like starting this channel.
Hey, speaking of good ideas, you ever change the password to PWTs?
I told you about this.
Did you do it? Oh, it says it's disabled.
I told you what happened, remember?
It says it's disabled?
Yeah, I told you about that already. Anyways.
That's fucking annoying.
So then we had Aleister Black defeating Eric Young. Now, they made Aleister Black look like the biggest, baddest champion ever here. Because not only did he defeat Eric Young, but from what I was able to gather off of Twitter and the spoilers, he didn't just defeat Eric Young. He laid out all of Sanity. There's an image, which I wish I had pulled up already, of all of Sanity, all 3 male members of Sanity laying in the ring, and Aleister Black is standing on top of them, holding up the NXT Championship. And that is how the tapings ended.
That's awesome.
So Aleister Black, the biggest, baddest motherfucker in NXT history.
Superint Rainmaker said, I quit match for Gargano and Ciampa.
No.
I see it. If it's not Hell in a Cell.
Unsanctioned's bigger than I quit, though. It's almost the same thing. No rules. I don't know. Last man standing. Fuck. Ooh, Borat Trolls, 3 Stages of Hell. No, that's too. I like 3 Stages of Hell, but not his stages. Like, you can't do a 60-man Iron Man match.
Oh, God, that would be an entire takeover.
I mean, you can't do a 60-man Iron Man match. 30 man. 30 minutes.
No. He was saying 3 Stages of Hell or 60-man Iron match.
I didn't see the or. I didn't see the or.
There you go.
I didn't see the or.
He's 3 Stages of Hell, and you have been wrestling for an hour before the next thing starts.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was like, wait,
that would be rough.
And I mean,
I don't think I could do it.
But loser leaves NXT. They just did that with Gargano. Though.
Did that. It's tough.
You can't put Gargano in another loser leaves NXT. Ashton
Best
Tyler
of 7 series.
And then what? They're a tag team like Sheamus and Cesaro.
I say match 7 work out their differences. I don't know.
Lord.
I don't know.
Ashton Tyler says Tim is smart, Nick is crazy.
Yeah, I'm a psychopath. What can I say?
All right, let's take a call.
Let's take a call. Here we go.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Going once. Going twice. Gone.
That's a shame. Anyway, welcome King Thunder says 2 WCW-esque Borat. Goku Black says, I hope NXT builds up Gargano to feud with Aleister Black. He's one I'm hopefully picking to dethrone Black in my IMHO, in my honest opinion. I guess that's what that means.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's try to take this call here.
Cool. Let's get it.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
I was good, Nick.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, what were we talking about again? I'm sorry, I just hopped off the...
The last thing we were talking about was the NXT TV taping spoilers.
Oh, okay. Personally, I think, because I saw somebody also say, but I was thinking the same thing, they might do a triple threat with Black and Gargano and Ciampa. I think that'd probably be the best because we don't really get a lot of multi-man NXT championship matches.
True.
And I can't think of the last time we had a non-one-on-one type NXT championship match. Like that's not like a gimmicky match. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't had like a no disqualification.
So you're saying like
no, we haven't.
So you're trying to think of the last non-one-on-one match for the NXT title.
Regular match. Like it's not a regular match. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
It's not a because we had the War Games. We had the War Games match that main evented. We haven't had one in a while.
Because I know the last multi-man match I can think of for the actual NXT Championship may be like 3 years ago when it was Neville was the champion. You had Tyler Breeze. You had Tyson Kidd. And I can't remember who the fourth one was.
Well, the last non-gimmicky style was, I want to say, that steel cage match with Joe and Balor.
Yeah, that was in 2016.
Yeah, would be Joe and Balor.
Yeah, so that was 2 years ago.
Take over the end, yeah.
But they need a kind of varying type match. I think this Chicago, it's obviously going to be Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler.
That's what they teased tonight, yeah.
Yeah, I mean somebody was saying that already too. Then I think the North American title match, which has not been addressed at all. That's probably going to be EC3 and Adam Cole because it's looking like you guys said they were going to do
right.
Velveteen Dream and Ricochet. I think that's going to be the regular match we have. It's going to be those two, and I think Ricochet goes over. Or maybe Black goes over. I'm not Black. Velveteen Dream goes over. Either one is fine, but I think it's going to be EC3 versus Adam Cole. And I do think the tag title match is going to be Undisputed Era probably versus – because I heard the Forgotten Sons are coming up, so that might happen. Because it's looking like War Raiders and what's the guy's name? Otis and Tucker Knight.
They had a match tonight where War Raiders defeated them. The Heavy Machinery.
Yeah. Yeah. War Raiders might be setting up to face Undisputed Era.
True, and you also got to remember we do have one more set of tapings before Takeover, and typically, the first set of tapings after a Takeover doesn't really build too much towards the next Takeover. We just get a lot of stuff for TV, and then that next one is really heavy on the championship matches and where they're building towards.
Yeah, so thanks for your comment. We really appreciate it.
Okay. One last thing. Do you guys think it's going to be one-on-one? Do you think it's going to be Black and Gargano, or is it going to be a triple threat match? Or is it going to be some kind of gimmicky match?
I think you have to have Ciampa in there because Ciampa did ruin the match that was supposed to take place at the tapings tonight. He came out and didn't even allow Gargano to get off the stage like we said. He attacked him before he can go down to the ring. So I think maybe you could be right with the whole triple threat with Gargano, Ciampa, and Black, but I honestly don't know right now.
Okay. So y'all have a nice.
Oh boy.
All
right. A very intricate color. Very intricate color.
Let's see what the chat is saying right now. Let's just check out the chat for a minute here. We are getting close to the end of the show here. Borat Trolls asked about the UK title. I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I do know what's going on with the UK title. So let me clarify some things for you guys. So
he does know. Jesus.
June, what is it? 18th and 19th. They will be running what they're calling the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament event. The first night will be the King of the Ring tournament. The winner of the King of the Ring tournament on the second night will get a championship shot at, I guess it's going to be Pete Dunne still as the champion. So that's what they're doing with the UK title in June. Whatever they do before that, who the hell knows?
Yeah, I mean that's. Did you watch BTE 100?
The finale, the what they're saying is possibly the final one. I have not yet.
I have not either. But
Rainmaker. Any news on Nick versus Sean Ross Sapp?
You saw the DMs, right?
It's a work in progress.
We were talking to the group chat. Did you see what we just most recently said?
I don't think so.
You'll see it after the show.
Gotcha.
Well, looks like, speaking of at the end of the show...
Let's take this final call.
Oh, okay. Let's take a final call.
Yep, I hadn't... Here we go. If it wants to go. Come on, Skype. There you go. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Yo, Nick, what's up?
Not much. What's going on?
Going on, bro?
It's going good. I just want to comment on. I just want to ask a couple of questions. It's about NXT. Do you think Do you think EC3? Do you think EC3 will win the North American title from Adam Cole or no?
I think it's possible, especially because some may say, oh, well, he shouldn't lose in his first defense, but technically that's not going to be his first defense. It will be at least his third defense of the championship. So if they do want to go all the way with EC3, they could have just been like, hey, we put it on Adam Cole to make everybody happy, but EC3's the guy. So they could. I don't see a reason why they couldn't. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. Also, Nick, are you going to challenge Adam Cole for that title? Yes or no?
I don't need to challenge anyone because I hold the actual title. If he wants to come to me and challenge me for the title, I'm more than happy to. But I'm just going to be kicking back in home in California, so he can fly down here from fucking Orlando or wherever Full Sail is, and he can talk to me. But I'm not worried about him.
See that. My last bit is did you guys catch Supercar of Honor? Yes or no? Or,
I haven't had a chance to, and I've heard that the streaming of the replay is still kind of messed up, so I haven't had a chance to. I've seen. Well, I take that back. We did see the end of the Kenny Omega Cody match, and we did see the championship match between Dalton Castle and Marty Scurll. We did see those both live on Saturday night after TakeOver. We did watch those.
I can tell you, both right now, I actually went to an event, and it was probably one of the best events I've ever been in. Honestly, that was my first wrestling event in my entire life.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
It was awesome. That match, Kenny Omega, Cody, was better. It's actually better than expected. No, I'm not exaggerating. It was actually better than expected.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And last thing, I was able to meet Ian Riccaboni, such a down to earth guy. I wonder who the guys in the world.
Him and Cole Cabana are good together.
Man, Ian Riccaboni, so awesome. Well, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Thanks
a lot, man.
Right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You can follow me, Nick, on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited, Instagram at Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and right here on YouTube. Tim, do your thing.
All right, so you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And also, go check out our good friends over at Fightful.com. Always posting.
Tell Sean I want to fight him.
Oh, okay. Always posting.
Sean, are you in here right now? Because I want to fight you.
Oh,
you keep calling me out. You keep telling me I'm lame for having that title. You're just jealous that I have a title, and you don't. Sean Ross, I'm calling you out, man.
All right. Anywho, go check out Fightful.com, or you can see them also on Twitter at Fightful Wrestling, at Fightful Online. And also, if you guys do like to get wrestling merch, you like to get some goodies every month, go check out WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate gives you guys a lot of cool goodies every month. T-shirts, figures, collectible pins. I mean, sometimes you'll get a comic book or two. Go over there, use promo code PWUnlimited at checkout, and you get 10% off of your purchase. Also, you like wrestling merch as well? You like T-shirts, you like hats, you like custom shoes? Check out Strong Style Brand. Go to Strong Style Brand's website, link in the description below. Use promo code PWUnlimited at checkout. You will also get 10% off of your purchase.
There you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning into the show tonight. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys very soon.
Have a good one.